number of ones and zeros present in the number. Some input you are going to take. So in that number, how many ones and how many zeros are there? So you're going to take some number, write it in binary. So just you need to count how many ones are present in that and how many zeros are present in that 32-bit number. So that is the program. So program number 8. So title of the program is Program to Count the Number of Ones and Zeros in two consecutive memory locations. You need to take two numbers present in two memory locations, and in that numbers, how many ones are there and how many zeros are there. So that you have to count. So that is the program here. So move R2 comma 0. This is a counter which is used for holding the number of ones, and R3 is equal to 0. Again, this is a counter which holds the count of zeros. So in the numbers, two numbers you are going to take. In first number, you are going to consider that first number and then count how many zeros and ones are there. So that you are going to check, and the second number you are going to take again, and you are going to count how many zeros and ones are there in that particular number. So R2 and R3 are going to act as counters. So in R2, you will be using this for storing the number of ones count, and in R3 you will be using this to store the number of zeros count. So 32-bit number, in a 32-bit number, how many zeros are there, how many ones are there, you are going to just check. So move R7 comma #2. So this is the number you are storing it in R7. This is the counter which is used to get two words. So since you are executing your program with two words, so you have a counter R7. In that the value 2 is stored. So first time the first number will be taken, and second time the second number will be taken. So to have that count value, so R7 is loaded with the value 2. 2 times or 2 repetitions you are going to do for that. So R7 holds the counter or acts as a counter to get two words from the memory. Next, R6 is a register which is going to used for holding the starting address of the array value. So you have in your memory location or in the data part an array called as value. So this is your value as an array. In that two numbers are stored. One number is 3 and the other number is 2. The first number is 3, second number is 2. So the starting address of this array will be copied to register R2. That means first number will be accessed first and then second number will be considered. So count of the number is 2. Two numbers are there in the array. So that count is stored in register R7. So now R6 will hold the starting address of the array, that is value. Now move R1 comma #32. So again, why this counter is required means, so you have 32-bit number, binary number, and you need to repeat the checking. So each bit you have to check. So by rotating right, so you're going to use the instruction rotate right of that particular number. So whenever you rotate right that number, so the rightmost bit, whatever the bit is there, that will come to the carry flag bit. So you're going to check with that. So for that reason, for checking the loop in R1, you are storing the value 32, means 32 times that will be repeated, that you have to check in all the 32 bits you have to check. So in that 32-bit positions, whether zeros are there, ones are there to count that. So everything you need to check for that. So in the R1 you are loading that value with 32. Now register R0, LDR R0 comma R6. R6 holds the starting address of the array. So that number is copied to R0. So what is the first number present in the array? 3. So that number 3 will be copied to register R0. And then this 4 is increment the address value by 4. So it points to the second number in the array. Now we are not using second number, just the first number in the array is copied to register R0. So that is nothing but 3. So when you represent that 3 in the binary format, how does it look like means, everything starting from the MSB side, everything will be zeros, and only the LSB position you will be having 1 1. So how many zeros are there in that means 30 zeros are there and only 2 ones are there. So you know the answer already. So if you write the number 3 in the 32-bit form, so you will be having 30 zeros and 2 ones in the LSB position. So that is the count. Number of ones 2 and number of zeros 30. That is the answer you should get. So we know the answer already. But how that logic is going to be done means, you are using the instruction move S. So why S is required means to update the flag bit. So move S R0 comma R0. So whatever the value R0 contains, that 32-bit number, first you are applying rotate right option 1-bit position. ROR is rotate right. You are rotating right towards the right side 1-bit position. So each time when you rotate, so that bit which is coming out from the LSB position will go to carry bit. So you are going to check the carry bit here. So if the carry bit is set, it is 1. If the carry bit is reset, that means it is 0. So by checking the carry bit, you are going to increment the counter, ones counter or zeros counter. And then R0 will be loaded with a new value. So after right rotate, what is the result you are going to get? That will be loaded in R0. And meantime, flag bits also will get updated. So branch high, HI means high, branch high. So high means in the carry flag bit, if you have found the value 1, then the ones counter need to be incremented. So that is the reason you are writing the condition as branch high. So once you right rotate the bits, the rightmost bit will come to the carry bit. So in that carry bit position, if the value is 1, the ones count should be incremented. If in the carry bit, if you have the 0, 0 counter value will be incremented. So branch on high to ones. So if 1 is there, then it goes to this particular loop once, then add R2 comma R2 comma 1. So what R2 is, it's a counter used for storing the number of ones. So that counter will be incremented. Suppose in the carry bit, if it is 0, so then it will not jump to ones, directly it will come to zeros. That means this particular loop. R3 will be incremented by 1. So it will be added by 1. Then B loop, branch loop 1, directly it comes to this particular without condition. So you are branching to loop 1. Now subtract R1 comma R1 comma hash 1. So why this subtraction is required means in the 32 bits, 1 bit is done. So you have to do 31-bit rotation. So you are subtracting that by 1, then branch on not equal to loop 0. Since that value has not come to 0, you have to branch on not equal to loop 0 means again it will come to this position. Again, the next bit will be right rotated towards the right side. Again, the counter will count that value. Again, if it is high, the counter value will be incremented by 1, or if it is 0, this counter will be R2 counter will be incremented by 0 means R3 will be incremented, 1 means R2 will be incremented. Again, the same thing will repeat. How many times? 32 times it will be repeated. So once all the 32 bits are checked in the carry bit, then you will be finding your answer in R2 and R3. So R2 is going to hold the number of ones and R3 is going to hold the number of zeros. And once the first number is finished, then all these loops will break. That means if it becomes 0, it comes out of the loop. Then subtract R7 comma 1. That means R7 value is 2. Then now R7 value will become 1. So compare R7 with 0. Still it is not equal to 0. Branch are not equal to loop. It will come back to this. Then move R1 comma hash 32. So that means now the second number, that second number 2 is there, no, that will be loaded into the register, and then you are going to start with the second number. So that in the number 2, you have to count again how many number of ones are there, how many number of zeros are there. So again the same process repeats. So it right rotates the number and then counts the number of ones and number of zeros. So here carry bit plays an important role. So we are not using shift operation, we are using rotate operation. When you perform rotate operation, the bits which are coming out at from the right side will go to the carry bit. So that carry bit is going to be checked, and that carry bit, in that carry bit, if it is 1, one's counter will be incremented, and if it is 0, zeros counter will be incremented. So that is the logic you are going to use. So first time 32-bit value will be checked for the first number. Second time 32-bit values are again checked for the second number. We have taken two numbers, one as 3 and the other one as 2. So both the numbers will complete the logic, and then your R7 will become 0. Then you will be breaking the loop. So 1 second. See, it will be like this 0 0 0 0. 0, 0, 1, 1. This is the binary equivalent of 3. So when you rotate right, so this bit, no, this one will come out. So will come out means that will be stored in the carry bit. So suppose here this will come and it will be placed in carry bit. This is acting as carry bit. So this is going to be checked. So if this carry bit is set for the first time, it is set. That means your ones counter will be incremented. So again, for the second time, if you do the rotate right option, that time also your carry bit will be set, because in the second position you have 1. So this will come out and that will be set. So again, this time also ones counter will be incremented. Again, for the third time, 32 times this will be repeated. So third time your carry bit will become 0, because in the third position you have 0 here. So that time your 0 counter will be incremented. So when you do this repetition for 32 times, what's the answer means? Number of ones in the number 3 is 2 and number of zeros will be 30. So same way that will be done for second number, that is 2. So it will be 0 like this. So when you right rotate this for the first time in the carry bit, it will be 0. Zeros counter will be incremented. For the second time, the carry bit, it will be 1. Ones counter will be incremented. And for the third time, again it becomes 0. Like that it continues. So for the second number, what is the answer? Number of counts for 1 is 1 and number of counts for 0 is 31. So this is the answer you should get. So now you would have understood how exactly that will be done. Again, we'll go back to the program. So I'll execute the, wait, which program we came? 1 second. So I'll show this execution. So let me show for one number 32 times. So how the step-by-step execution will be done. So step 1, R2 is loaded with 0. Step 2, R3 is loaded with 0. Now R7 is loaded with 2. You can see here R7 is loaded with 2. So now R6 is loaded with the address of the array. So R6 is loaded with the address of the array. So in the array, first number is 3. So that will be taken. Where is it? In R1. So R1, 32. R1 is loaded with 32. So 32 is the decimal number. So 32's hexadecimal value is 20. So you can check in your calculators. 32 is in decimal value. So here in our registers, we will be always storing it in the hexadecimal format. So 32's hexadecimal value is 20. You need to verify this, whether it is correct or not. So 20 is hexadecimal value of 32, that is stored in R1. Okay. Now, what is the next thing? R6. So now R6 holds the starting address of this value. That address value is incremented. The content of R6 has come to R0. See, in the R0 you can see 3. So that is a number, actual number. That number has loaded into R0, and meantime R6 address is incremented. So now R0 has become 1. Why R0 has become 1 means, so the LSB bit in 3 means 1 1 was there. So LSB 1 moved to carry bit. So when you rotate, so the next value will be 1. So that 1 is loaded in R0. So repeat. So it will be done for 32 times. So you can see the counter R1 is decrementing. So until and unless it becomes 0, we have to execute that. So 32 times. R1. 10F. It will be done in hexadecimal. Everything is in hexadecimal. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So now R7 has become 1. That means first number has been executed. So now you can check R2 and R3. So R2 holds what? Number of ones present in the number 3. So how many ones were there? 2 ones were there. You can see the answer. So in R3, it holds number of zeros present in the number. So 30 zeros were there. So convert the 30 to hexadecimal. Anyone? Can anyone do that? If you have calculators with you, 30 in hexadecimal, what is the value? Just tell me. Nayana, Tushar, whoever. Take the calculator and 30 convert it to hexadecimal.
1E.
1E. It is 1E, no?
1E.
1E is there in the answer, register R3. Okay. So 1E, you can see 1E here in the register R3. That means 30 zeros are there. 2 is the answer for number of ones that is present in R2. So you can see the result. For one number we have done, that is 3. So now the same thing will be repeated for number 2. So 2, now it will R0 will be loaded with 2. So again 32 times if you repeat this. Now 2 has come to R0. So it started doing. So again 32 times if you repeat the same steps in R2. So 1 is there and 31 zeros are there. Then answer will be 1 and 1F, I think. And now check. 3 is there. How come 3 ones will come in 2? It is 1, no? And check what is 31 in hexadecimal.
1F.
1F, it should come 1F, but it is showing 3D and 3. The answer is wrong, no?